It looks like Bitcoin's gonna give us a really crazy buying opportunity soon. So I'm gonna break this down in two ways for short-term traders and for traders that are looking to do a little bit more of a bigger, swing trade hold for the rest of this bull cycle that we're in 2025. So what I want to go over is the short-term trading first, and then I'm gonna go over the bigger swing trade, which is the major chance to buy, in my opinion, great chance to buy opportunity to buy Bitcoin, I should say, when this happens. So I'm gonna be buying crazy amounts of exposure once we are in this purple area, and when Bitcoin hits this area, it's crazy buying that's gonna be happening, and we can even see a massive V-shaped recovery up into green and very aggressive all-time highs throughout the rest of this year when this happens. But let's go over the short-term stuff first and how this can influence the Bitcoin charts going forward, right? So there's two ways of approaching the corrective move down, and then there's one thing that will invalidate the chances of Bitcoin having a bigger proper correction, and I'm going to break all this down in a moment. So first, to make things super simple, because I tend to repeat myself a lot and I already gave a lot of detail when it comes to this, microstructures in previous videos. But right now we are in a corrective move, and this corrective move is determined by, the price not, showing a higher high from the previous swing high, and instead it's creating a downtrend pattern where we're seeing lower lows and lower highs. And then when it tries to recover on the bigger picture, it fails to hit the previous all-time high, the swing high, and then instead starts again creating smaller structure, lower highs and lower lows as it moves its way down. So we can, see this unfold in two ways potentially. So that's this, which is a potential, first wave down, overshooting second wave, and then third wave down here, which is known as an A, B, 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 B being the overshooting B wave, and then C down into the the proper retracement area, which ideally will be in this area, but this is a very important support zone to keep an eye on. So this is the first thing, right? It's seeing an overshooting B wave and completing the third wave, which could be unfolding because currently we are holding micro, smaller picture supports within this yellow area, which represents a proper retracement area, in my opinion, from this swing low to this swing high. So we could come up from here and move up higher. Now, the second scenario, how this can unfold, is just a simple three-wave move down, which is the same thing, but not having an overshooting B wave and then finishing off the C wave by just completing a B wave here, which is proper. If that were to happen, that would be fine as well, because we know that this move from up here all the way down to here, which is the low of this downtrend structure, we have a retracement, which right now I have it drawn out in orange, in this orange box. So come down, proper, bullish corrective move up on a bigger picture, bear structure, proper retracements filled, and then we can easily from here keep moving down lower as the price fluctuates its way down. So that's the second thing. And those are the two ways I can potentially be seeing this unfold. And I'm going to show you guys how I plan to take advantage of either of these two scenarios as well. But I'm going to first explain to you guys how this red and this purple can be invalidated. And that is, Bitcoin instead has a very shallow corrective move down, which I believe is much less possible than us just finishing a three-wave move down, right? So I believe it's much less possible, but still possible. But I don't. It's not something I'm putting first on the list, if that makes sense. So we're coming down, shallow corrective move on a bigger picture, overall move higher, right? We've been trending up higher a lot, and we're showing signs of weakness at the moment. So that means that we can move much lower. But to invalidate those areas down there, we are gonna have to see a higher low form here, and then a rally upwards that break over this this swing high that allows the price to reach this blue area, which will be, if we are invalidating these areas, instead the price will then show that the price wants to create a higher low, create another higher high, and then fluctuate its way up into this blue area. this would allow a lot of bullish momentum to form and us to finally start trading within this green structure we have here for a major all-time high, right? For the rest of this bull cycle in 2025. So again, it's first wave down, second wave up, and then third wave down, or we can see that happen with a overshooting B wave, which can still come into this area, but to invalidate the deep value support areas, we don't just see the price come into here, but we see the price break into the green. So I want to make sure I'm clear on that. It's not just breaking into the blue, but it's breaking into the green and then seeing what the actual structures look like there. So that's to invalidate these areas. So we can either see that happen, which I think is much less possible, or we can just continue to see a downtrend continue to form. Rather, that's going to be the price having that first wave, second wave, which is a proper retracement, and then continuing its way down as it fluctuates down. Or we can just see the yellow area hold very, very well. And if it holds well enough and we start seeing the price show enough momentum to go much higher, we can see, an overshooting B wave, a bit of a higher price before we then seeing, some more potential aggressive sell off. So those are the ways that it could happen. Now, or at least what am I doing now to trade? And that is simple. I've said this in many, many videos, and I'm doing the same thing I did within all of this move up right here, all of this like aggressive rallies that we've been seeing. I'm doing the same thing here, which is using smaller picture support areas to set a SL stop loss, but also using smaller picture signs of bullish momentum to accumulate small amounts of Bitcoin exposure using Bitcoin ETF BITU. That's what I personally prefer to trade. By accumulating during proper supportive, indications. In this case, it will be, it can either be a retracement area, an extension area, or just signs of potential, imbalances acting as support. So we have a fib retracement to look at. We also have, price rallying higher, breaking over previous resistances, price coming down into the retracement area, which is also an imbalance area. If you look at this candle right here, we have a pretty nice imbalance gap, and it looks like it's attempting to use it as support as well. So we have a few layers of support, but in my personal case, I am not going to be holding onto the positions I've been opening here. If it breaks below this swing low, I will then be exiting out of the position very quickly, and then conserving capital to then better, be better set off to take advantage of, bigger picture, more proper supportive areas. But if that doesn't happen, that's how we take advantage of upside, accumulating during proper smaller picture support areas, and then letting the price do its thing, rally up, and start hitting sell areas. And this is going to be my personal sell area until I have confirmation that the green is going to create enough bullish momentum. So I'm looking to sell in this area, or I'm looking to step out of the trade super quick the moment it breaks below the swing low. That's how I'm approaching this. I want to make sure I have exposure to capture any potential upside, because it can easily rally higher. But at the same time, I'm trying to protect my capital, protect my position by having a tight stop loss to then conserve as much capital as possible for when the price, if it does, which I think it's most possible that it will come down here. If it does, then I will be better set off to aggressively take advantage of these discounted price levels, while at the same time, again, just being set off for any potential quick, push higher, which we can see, emotions in the broad news media change very quickly, and that can influence this price, price levels very, very well. So far, it looks like we can still potentially see some more bearish momentum. The RSI hasn't bottomed to the downside, but it's not super significant when we overlap it, with proper retracement areas. So yeah, it's right now it's all about paying attention to position sizing, risk management, knowing where you want to set your SLs in case we do continue into the preferred move down. Because again, I do believe the move down here is more likely than us going into this area, at least in the short term. But yeah, it's all about position sizing, risk management, understanding where you want to set your SLs, understand where you want to take profit, while all at the same time understanding that we are very much overextended in, in the short term being, even just a month back, because we haven't seen a proper retracement happen in a very long time, when it comes to bigger picture trends. So yeah, hopefully you guys are, paying attention to your positions, understanding current risk, depending on, which side of the play field you want to trade. And for, in my opinion, anyone that is taking shorts right now, the moment we break over the swing high, we can easily reach this area. Again, I think it's much less probable, um, but it's still something to keep an eye on. I'm most confident that shorts will not be stopped out of the position. I do believe shorting right now, throughout, throughout even halfway into next month, it's maybe a good idea. But again, I'm not going to take too much of that risk, because still, we can easily see the price go up higher. We don't have a significant bearish momentum just yet, but I do believe it's the way to go. Although, again, I'm just like I explained throughout this video, I'm setting myself off to try to profit into more upside potential. But at the same time, I am set off to conserve my capital properly, manage my positions properly, and then reaccumulate at more reasonable areas. But yeah, but at the end of the day, if Bitcoin starts trading within this purple area down here, oh, you can bet I'm gonna be buying very, very aggressively into some, like, it can be, a couple month long swing trades. I want to open up a very nice large position if the trade or the Bitcoin price comes down into this area, and then just let it ride out. Just let that trade ride out for the rest of the year and capture as much upside potential, and maximize large, position sizings, benefit from them as much as possible if the price comes down into this area. So I'm going to keep my short-term trades going. I'll keep trading, and then I want to open a large swing trade to take advantage of the rest of the 2025 bull run if the price comes down into this area. But I'll still be doing small trades as we continue higher. But yeah, I'm very excited to see if the price can come down into this area. It'll be a super clear indication, at least for me personally, to buy aggressively. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Let's see if we can have a chance to sell out some short-term positions up here if the price wants to use this yellow as a strong support. If not, we know where we're getting out, so we can conserve capital for a much better buying opportunities. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.